Eyes on the skies.
Well, welcome to our senior show. We have a very cold forecast for you. You can see our highs today, mainly in the upper 30s across the area, 41 in Des Moines, 43 in Creston there. That wind, though, helping to keep it a little bit cooler, 33, low 30s here in Ames, 31 in Fort Dodge. Across the Midwest, though, we are nice and dry. There's a little bit of snow up toward the north of Minneapolis here, that kind of area. We'll time it all out for you, let you know if we're going to get in on this coming up in my full forecast.
Plus, Jackson has your national forecast. All that and more as this Tuesday, November 5th edition of Size Eyes on the Skies starts right now.
Live from Studio 171 in Ames, Iowa, the Iowa State Meteorology Department team of meteorologists brings you the latest weather from around the country and out your front door. Iowa State's longest-running television program and the only live weather broadcast on campus starts right now. This is Size Eyes on the Skies.
Welcome back to Size Eyes. I'm now joined by Anthony. Anthony, how are you doing today?
I'm a little stressed. It's our senior show, and I think all the seniors are just worried about thesis.
I think that's the general trend, yeah. I mean, it's a ton of work. It's an undergraduate thesis. Not a lot of schools have you do that.
No,
so, I mean,
we're special here at Iowa State.
We are very special. That's a good word, special. I like that. But it seems like it's coming along. Yours is on severe storms, right?
Yeah,
we're not
Urban
seeing.
Heat Island.
Okay, nice.
And severe storms. No severe storms out there right now.
Right, I was gonna say we're kind of moving into that winter pattern already. Seeing that snow in southern Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just cold.
Not what I like to see personally.
No,
we totally missed out on fall.
Yes, we had that daylight saving time this weekend, so thankfully we potentially had a little more sleep for most of us. But it's still cold and chilly and just not very nice out there across the area. We're sitting in the upper 30s here in Ames. 34 in Fort Dodge, 36 in Waterloo. Good evening to you in Fort Dodge. 34, a fairly chilly night for you up toward the north. And you can see those temperatures, as they usually do, cooler up toward the north, a little bit warmer in the low 40s off to the south. Here across Iowa, though, we are nice and dry. Those clouds, upper level clouds, kind of hanging around the area. A few blips of snow moving their way through here. We do have a system that's kind of a clipper, going to bring us a little bit of snow late tomorrow night and into Wednesday, and that's really going to be up toward the north, though. No huge accumulation with this, just a couple of inches. I'll let you know what's coming up, though, in our full forecast in just a little bit. Stay tuned.
Thanks, Anthony. And now it's time for tonight's weather story. On this day in 1959, an early general snowfall of an inch or more affected most of the state of Iowa on November 4th and 5th. The heaviest snow fell in northwestern Iowa, with reported two-day snowfall amounts including 7.4 inches at Sioux City, 7 inches at Cherokee, 6 inches at Hawarden and Saratoga, and 5 inches at Emmitsburg and Pocahontas. The month ended up finishing as one of the coldest Novembers on record in Iowa. Honestly, I thought that this month was going to be one of the coldest, but we'll see. Now here's Jackson with a look at what's going around the country. Jackson?
Well, we have a very temperate forecast for the U.S. during this time. Not too much going on, and I'll cover more about that in the forecast later on.
Welcome back to Size Eyes, and now here's Jackson with a look at what's happening around the nation. Jackson?
Thank you, Sarah. As I said earlier, we don't have too much going on. Temperatures kind of seeping down from Canada, bringing some cooler temperatures, but I mean, that's what we're kind of used to at this time of the year. We did see like a slight little bit of fall, but it's kind of bringing us into wintry conditions, which we'll see as we look around. So in the Midwest right here, we have about 40 degrees, some 30 to 40, going down to 50 in Kansas City during this time. So the weather's not too bad, but it is November, so we'll be cooling down as we move along. Moving on to the northeast section of the U.S., we see temperatures in 48 as we get to the far east of the northeast, and 58 in New York. So it's still a little nice and warm near this coast for wintertime temperatures, but obviously as you move in towards the center of the U.S., you see some of those colder temperatures like 40s and 30 degrees. Moving on to the southeast section of the country, we see temperatures of 60s, 58 in Huntsville, and as we move down into Florida, we have those nice 79 to 80 degree temperatures. So if you're kind of getting tired of the cold already, you might want to head down there for a little bit of a break, but that's about average for the time of year. Moving over to the southwest section of the state, we see kind of temperate temperatures around. We got around 50s up to the 70s and 80s over into the coastal regions where we saw those wildfires a lot last year. Luckily, the wind has kind of died down and we don't see as much of those wildfires spanning out there, but there's still a risk as they're trying to repair things throughout those regions. And then looking into the northwest section of the state, we have this cooler temperatures coming down from Canada, but not nearly as bad as we saw in the past with all that snow moving in. So it's just going to be kind of mild, cold, and that typical fall to winter weather that we've been so used to. And once again, looking at the upper atmosphere, these heights there's not really a very defined trough moving in through this area, which is why things are very, very temperate across the U.S. and not too much crazy weather is going on as we have been seeing in the last few weeks. Looking at satellite and radar, Anthony touched this up a little bit earlier, and there will be a few clouds and maybe some wintry precipitation over here in southern Minneapolis and a little bit in northern Iowa. But for now, I think us in Ames won't be getting too much. Moving in, if you want to look at that, so there is just kind of a little bit of these clouds covering this section into Nebraska and the Dakotas, but that won't be bringing too much as the system is not crazy intense. Looking at Futurecast, we do see this snow moving in, so right above Iowa into the Minneapolis, we're seeing kind of a little bit of snow, but nothing too severe, and that'll continue to propagate to the east. As you can see, another system is kind of built down into the south, bringing a little bit of heavy precipitation in northern Texas, and that'll also continue to move east with the rest of the precipitation here. Our extended forecast comes from Denver, Colorado, where tomorrow we'll see temperatures in the 50s, 51 on Tuesday, 63 on Friday, 68 on Saturday, 53 on Sunday, 37 on Monday, and 53 on Tuesday of next week.
Thanks, Jackson. And now we'll take a look at tonight's trivia question. How many meteorology students in the class of 2020 were here also in 2016, and how many are there now? Is it A, 50 and 10, B, 30 and 32, C, 26 and 7, or D, 29 and 6? We'll have that answer for you in a little bit, but for now, let's take a look at the week ahead with Anthony.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. I'm sure we're all looking forward to that trivia question coming up. Well, are you tired of the cold? I know I am, and it's not even winter yet. I've got more in my forecast, though. You can see we're quiet across the area right now. It's a little bit of snow and some more cold working its way in. I'll tell you when we're going to bundle up and be in those single-digit wind chills coming up on the other side of this break. Well, welcome back. I'm meteorologist Anthony Bagley, and let's take a look at our currents out there right now. We're sitting in the upper 30s across the area. So for this time of year, we are way below average for this time. We should be in the 50s or so, probably by this time of the day, upper 40s or so. But you can see those winds very light out of the east, about 3. Feeling like 37 though, so really the winds are not playing a factor in our temperature out there across the area. There's not a huge wind chill. Right now, 37 in Ames. Good evening to you in Fort Dodge, 34 degrees, low 30s in Mason City. 41 in Creston, 41 in Council Bluffs, so a little bit warmer off toward the south there. And like I said, our wind chills across the area, actually here's today's highs, 39 is where we made it today, so only in the upper 30s, we should be in the 50s or so. So this is just a very cold forecast, and I'm not quite sure why this is showing our future cast here, but we'll roll with it. It's going to be very cold is the point here. 22 degrees in Ames, 24 in Fort Dodge. This is as you're maybe making your way back from classes on your Thursday. It's going to be very cold across the area. So we're cold now, but just wait till we get to Thursday and Friday. Here's our future cast though. You can see this is Wednesday while we're sleeping. We have this clipper kind of system that's going to really graze northeastern portions of Iowa here. A little bit of a mix off toward Illinois there and maybe Davenport, that kind of area. Here in Ames, we shouldn't get really any huge or any accumulation from this system with this as it works its way through. Here's as you're waking up on your early Wednesday though, you can see that system begins to kind of push its way out of Iowa here, more so into portions of Wisconsin, Minnesota, and then it's gone by the time Wednesday late morning works its way in here. So lunchtime on Wednesday shouldn't have any issues, just a couple clouds hanging around the area here. Maybe a little blips of snow there in Minnesota or so, but nothing huge with this system. So as we work our way into tonight though, clear, very cold, no weather related problems, just that cold though, 34 degrees across the area, clear and very cold night across the area. So crank that heat up. For tomorrow, a light mix, 47. I think this is overdone. I don't think we're going to get to 47. It's probably going to be in the low 40s tomorrow with this system that's working its way through, and just lots of cold that's in place here across the area. Here's our extended forecast though for Iowa State tomorrow. 50% chance of seeing that mix, really northeastern portions of Iowa tomorrow. 32 though, look at this, we're bottoming out Thursday, Friday, waking up probably on Thursday morning with wind chills in the teens, and then Saturday, looks pretty nice actually, 50 degrees, and then we're going to do it all over again and bottom out 9 degrees by the time we're waking up on your Tuesday morning.
Thank you, Anthony. Looking at our trivia question again, how many meteorology students in the class of 2020 were here in 2016, and how many are there now? Is it A, 50 and 10, B, 30 and 32, C, 26 and 7, or D, 29 and 6? Now, as members of the class of 2020, do you guys know the correct answer?
I believe that I do. I did not, in fact, know the first total until tonight, but I know what we're down to now. And that might be a little bit evident in the answers for here, maybe a little bit of a little overview of what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I know every single person's first name, last name, and hometown at this point, and have about all of their phone numbers.
I'm pretty sure I know everyone's life story
Yep.
out of the 7 of us, which would be answer C. So we started with 26 though.
I didn't even get to guess on that one.
Sorry,
I was just
I'm
gonna be
sorry, we didn't
optimistic
talk to you.
I was going to say it was 50, even though I know that's not
It's
the
not,
answer. But
right.
to have 50 meteorology
not
students,
50.
that's kind of fun to think about.
It is kind of fun to think
Well,
about.
there's like 9 of us
if we
somewhere.
started from 50.
Maybe. We maybe have a couple
If we were
more.
lucky.
Right. I mean, the other classes have more than us, so that's a
True.
plus,
There is
right?
There's
There's hope for them. There's hope for the sophomores, sort of the juniors.
But not us.
Definitely the freshmen, but not us seniors. There's only 7 of us from the original class, but we'll have 10 graduating in 2020.
And after thesis, we'll see if that stands. But
Right.
we
That's
should-
true.
Most of us should.
You're gonna switch your major spring of
Hey,
second
I didn't
semester.
say me. I'm
Anthony?
just saying. I don't
Okay,
know.
just in general.
Yeah, I
Someone
have
else has
hope,
gotta
but-
go.
Who's got to go?
All right. Well, that concludes tonight's show. Me? I get kicked out? Are you kidding? Okay. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can find every show under our Size Eyes YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Thursday.